Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wind Down Friday. Today, our guest is Victor Lee, Senior Vice President, Data Center Strategic Business Platform at Delta Electronics. Hi, Victor. Thanks a lot for your time. Welcome aboard.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. So it's great to talk to you again.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure. Thanks a lot. So, how is going? Where are you located?
I'm looking in the Plano, Texas. I've been here for a while. I used to live in New York City, then 20 some years ago moved to Texas, Plano, Texas. My wife and I really like here. That ever since we stay here. Yeah.
Good. So, Victor, let's talk about you. So, please introduce yourself. Let's talk about your career. Please tell us more about your background, your career journey. You also are the founder of Innoveta. Now you are working at Delta Electronics. So, tell me more.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So I started my career in Bell Laboratories. Okay, so in New Jersey, and I started as actually, I graduated from the Rutgers University with master in double E. Then when I started with Bell Lab, it's kind of interesting. They give you all the field you can pick up. It's not like you want to go to the digital or analog, whatever. Actually, they give it open. So I went to us and I went to the group. They started magnetics. Okay, back then nobody knows magnetics. I don't know why I picked that. I started my magnetic career. So later on, I started doing the transformer, the power supply, and all now doing the now power supply, DC converter, AC converter, then all the different kind of the power conversion, if you will. And I kind of like this work. Back then, is that's really energy related work. But back then, people all go to digital software. But I'm kind of a little odd. I like that field. So I was in the Bell Lab and for quite a long time. Then we start to as a designer, then becomes technical manager, becomes the a department head, becomes the director and become VP and go to the various of the power area.
Mhm.
Back then, we really doing the power for the telecom and the wireless industry. Since Bell Lab back then, then later on Bell Lab becomes a Lucent Technology. I was in Lucent Technology, and so around so I now my career in the Bell Lab in operation later on become operation side, business side. So all the way to year 2000, and at that time we become Lucent Technology Bell Laboratory. One day the company saying that due to the big picture, they want to sell the power system, sell the Bell Lab. So at that time, I thought, I start with Bell Lab. I want to retire from Bell Labs, and the Bell Lab is really tremendous. The science engineering area, we have eight um, no, Nobel Prize laureates. We invented transistors. I think that's a great field. Then I never thought, one day, I thought one day I thought maybe I'm going to leave Bell Lab. It's not Bell Lab going to leave me, right? They're going to sell me. So I said, okay, that's give me very, very kind of given my head a lot of thinking. So around year 2000, I decided to sell. So before they sell us to later on they sold to Tyco, like Tyco Electronics later on become GE. Then back then I decided before they tried to sell the company, I
Mhm.
decided I want to leave the company and then start my own company. And back then, I have no idea what I'm doing, no experience. Bell Lab is my only job, but I know some people. So luckily, back then was really internet boom. Okay, internet stuff boom. It's like today is AI boom. That's around year 2000. The internet boom at that time was telecom boom, but later on telecom bust, right? That's in the boom area, give a lot of opportunity. A lot of time I was the last job I was doing in for the Lucent Technology, I was doing the high power density module. for the all the IT industry.
Hmm.
But of course, I did a lot of different kind of power conversions. But that's the last time, last assignment I did here, and I was doing pretty well. I think, well, maybe I can do continue doing what I'm doing. So I started a company called Innoveta. So Innoveta, the name pick up is two words. Okay, one is innovation. Now, ETA is a Greek word, ETA,
Yes.
ETA. I put a two together called Innovata. That's actually is
Right.
in innovative efficiency, so to speak. That's back end. So I have a 20 Bell Labbers follow me. Okay, so that was a pretty interesting journey back there. So no, I never raised my money in my life before. I just go there, tell my story. Here's my resume. Here's what I know. So I got enough interest. I started a company in Plano, Texas. So I closed the door. Start to 20 people doing all the high density module. In the second year, we have a slew of product coming out. So the two interesting things come happening.
Mm.
One company is called Alcatel, right? Big company Alcatel. So Alcatel, they have this power division, the high density. They don't have this kind of power module in Europe. They said, well, Victor, can we collaborate? Okay, then get your product. So I was able to co-label, our module with Alcatel. So Alcatel staff Innoveta together.
Okay.
We can sell our product in Europe. It's like a small things, but however, in order to get a Alcatel next to a startup company is very difficult for the legal department for Alcatel because what happens if module doesn't happen? If something happen, they will go for Alcatel, not for the small
Mm.
company. But I was able to convince everybody they put this collabo in Europe. Similar happened in Japan. TDK, is a old days is a material company, do a cassette deck. Right now they become big material company. They're doing a similar thing, the TDK Japan collabo. So we have a collabo product in Japan. So we work on this 2, 3 years after that. TDK like us so much, they want to acquire us. So I sold my company to TDK. So become TDK, Innovata, and I was stay with TDK for 5 years as a CEO for TDK. Now now you see the TDK, they have a module business.
Mm.
It's all came from my period, but all the people and useful now together, they still with the company. Like
Okay.
4 weeks ago, we have a reunion. Very interesting, very good. So after that, I joined Emerson Network Power. Emerson Network Power used to own many companies like Liber AC, Liber DC, that because of Vertiz, Artisan, Telecom. So they all become group CTO later on. And I joined Delta Electronics. That's kind of in a nutshell is my career. It's it's very interesting. That's kind
Yeah.
of the kind of journey. Yeah.
Great. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Victor. Very nice. So now you are working like data center strategic business platform, senior vice president, as I mentioned at the start. So data centers are facing cooling challenges as cheap power requirements would increase, and data center is one of the main application for power electronics. You have a strong reputation as a technology leader in data center infrastructure. So can you share your perspective on shaping the future of data center efficiency? What challenges still need to be overcome for a good widespread adoption?
Sure, sure. This is my view. It's like the other day we talk about now everybody focus on NVIDIA's the GPU chips. But the way I see it is right now, everybody is fighting for a GPU, the chip GP 200 availability. But if it looks into the Microsoft CEO the other day, he said, well, the chip availability is not an issue. It's the energy availability is the issues. So I think the future really it depends on your consumption and the creation. Okay. So your assumption is so high, your creation is kind of incremental. It's not step function.
Mm,
Your consumption is really kind of exponential function. So that's called imbalance, right? So the way I think, well, this definitely, and we could now need to resolve that. So how can we address this energy creation issue? You need to kind of course, two ways. One, to increase the creation, of course, optimize consumption, make sure, yeah, the whole thing, now based on what the current consumption, just increase incremental use it, and still achieve the objective instead
mm,
of exponential consumption. So now we talk about the power and the cooling, but the cooling, the way we talk about liquid to liquid, liquid to air, all the things, but it's still it's not efficient way to do it. They require the pump, motor, EC fan. So this side, we just busy solving the heat issue in the chip level, but it create the creation issue. So in the future, I think there's a much way I have to do it. First, I have to kind of optimization, not only power, the cooling is the efficiency level, how to do the whole thing,
mm.
and the way is not the consumption is not exponentially, has kind of incremental increase, match the creation grid. Then we have a good balance. So that's the way I think you got to look at the whole thing together. Right now, we're so focused just to remove the heat out from the chip. That's just 1 second. You have to form the source all the way to the chip. Look at the whole thing and also look at how the creation works, the where to build in this, and also think about how you impact the human beings. Now the residential area, you took all the energy resources from the us,
Mm.
then to create the data center, then create a different kind of impact. So the way I see it, they have to go through two area, optimize the consumption and the demand, and also increase the creation demand, that the producing, yeah, productions, yeah.
Okay, okay, good. So let's talk, as the philosophy of Wind Down Friday, let's talk about for a bit beyond your job. So tell us more about you. Which are your hobbies in particular? So how do you relax during the weekend? How do you recharge your battery?
So I'm the weekend golfer. And I travel, no, now working during the week all the time. So every weekend I try to, play a little bit golf. I've been playing golf like 20 years, but it's just weekend golfer. But my wife, tried to spend more time together. She joined me, play golf like 10 years ago. Then everything she got it twice, hole in one. For me, zero, zero. So my right now I accomplish a lot of things. Now my goal in the life is okay. I just want to go get a hole in one. When I achieve that, then I'm done, right? So that's the one thing. So besides the golfing during the weekend and this not like since I started Innoveta after I merged into the TDK, I think at that time I think, oh, maybe I can retire, right? So retire. So I think what I want to do when I retire back then, I told myself I want to be a chef. Okay, I want to be a chef. So the reason I want to be a chef is, of course, I enjoying the food,
Mm,
but I want to have go to the first class chef school, and to meet a lot of the my classmate is my connection networking. So at the end, I don't want to open a restaurant. I just want to have a lot of network. A lot of my friends is on their business. So I go to their restaurant. I just have a little table. Then we have they can prepare some special for me. That's what I want. Just they're working. So I start looking around in the United States. Only like CIA, like Culinary Institute of America, is very famous in New York. That's
mhm.
in New York, or one in the Napa Valley, but nothing in the Texas. So Then I said, oh, forget about that. Then I started to night school. So during working at night school, I go to the cooking class. So I like Italian food. So I like risottos. So I
Nice.
went to so many
Very good.
classes. Then the class and finally no the class shows a risotto. Okay,
Mhm.
wow, that's good. That's my favorite, right? So then we go. We have a little pot. Put the rice over there. Put the broth. You have to stir. And I didn't know. And you have to stir like a 25, 30 minutes, then get a good risotto. Then I said, that's very tiring. Maybe that's not the thing I really can get into it. So that's end of my career. No, the end of my career as a chef. So that's what I like to do. Now, when break time, I want to go try the different kind of cooking a little bit. Yeah.
Good, good. So, Victor, let's do a fun experiment. If you could time travel to any point in the past or in the future, so like the movie Back to the Future, where and when would you go? So, and why?
Okay. This is a good question. I've been, and during my work, I've been visiting different places in the world. But I've been to one place, Brazil, São Paulo.
Mm,
Okay, so I went there and before a couple of times. Then I found out that that place is very intriguing and very colorful. The few ingredient I really like it because people are happy. Okay, and also has a positive energy and happy and also beautiful. They because a lot of European, a lot of native, and a
mhm,
lot of people, a lot of Japanese, or they have again this mixture culture, and the language is really the Portuguese and Latin base, and also the very warm people, and also people is not really hassle, not working that hard, like people like a lot of American here or people in our industry, we already long working hours, staying in day out, but over there they really they're happy, the value are different. Here, I think of why they are happy. Okay, the way I think, I give a thought. Like, for example, like Asia, where like Taiwan or Japan or Korea, because it's such a small island,
mm, mm,
and the 70% are mountains. So people live in around the seashore, so they don't have natural resources. So you have to work hard
mm,
to get the no make a living. A certain area in the world, because they have so much natural resource, you don't have to really hustle. If you need some food or whatever, you just work a few times, then you can take the rest of the week or days off, then enjoying your life. So I would like this kind of maybe the demand is not so high. They just make it happy. So it's the values is different. So I feel like well, I like that kind of area. Maybe there are more other area like the Brazil, São
okay.
Paulo, like this, but more like I like people more happy, positive energy, and more warm, friendly kind of environment. So that's why I like it. Yeah. If I want to go, I can go anytime I want to. That would be great. If not the particular time of the year, I can go anytime. No, anytime, any days. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
let's talk about sustainability. So sustainability is a big part of Delta Electronics mission. So what drives your passion for sustainable solutions? How do you incorporate this vision into your personal life? So tell me what about sustainability from personal but also professional point of view.
Okay. So this is very interesting topic because we talk about this system environment, system
Mhm.
energy all the time. So I think it's on the personal level now is due to the I mean this is a field. So the
Mhm.
energy every day we talk about energy. So personally, I said I drive EV car,
Yeah.
okay, and even so EV car, and now I think that how to impact my personal life gradually. That for example, we don't. use too much recycled stuff or don't the plastic stuff. Make sure environmental friendly. We try to separate the garbage, and then gradually every time we go out to eat, when you go to Starbucks something or you go to soft drink the store, you gotta make sure environmental things. That gradually impact your life. Your clothing. Sometimes you gotta buy some special material that impact the environment. So that's kind of gradually impact your mindset change. So the reason they say, well, why you doing that? But you start thinking about the environmental change is a big time. When I live in Texas, like 20 years ago,
Hmm.
we never had a snow before. Never. Now, the past few years, every year, once, twice, I have a snow. And sometimes the heavy snow come down, you shut down the utility line,
Yeah.
then create a big mess. That things that make me thinking, this energy ecosystem and they really impact our life, impact a lot. So how we make sure that the natural balancing,
Hmm.
okay, maybe our generation only see a little bit impact,
Hmm.
but the future generation, it will be impact the further and further. So I think that's really this becomes a part of our life. It should be good. The good thing is like my work doing the energy ecosystem, energy related work, but I can carry through my personal life.
Hmm.
It's a I don't need too much education. It can just okay understand this is naturally flow right in and kind of talk to my friends, then kind of influence the other people have a similar kind of idea. I think that's from the what I do, my personal life. There actually is a connection. There's a connection.
Good.
So I feel like it's good. I don't have to understand why, but it's kind of easily kind of built in. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
built in. Yeah.
So before closing, Victor, my last question. So if you could share a glass of wine and inspiring conversation with any historical person, modern figure, so who can be this person? So what would you want to discuss in particular?
Okay. And this kind of interesting. I think if I have a chance, maybe I would like to talk to Nikola Tesla. Okay. Nikola
Nice.
Tesla here because now when he started like in the late 18th century, talk about energy, right? All
Yes.
the electricity. 200 years later, we talk about the same thing. Yeah. So now we kind of around the circle, maybe different points, right?
Hmm.
Different points, but the things all go to the originally, right? So now if he is here today, I would wondering though how can he address all the energy, all the issue we are talking about, right? Actually, he was doing it 200 years ago, right? So that I think well, and with now that's kind of I want to see his thoughts, or maybe he kind of will laugh out. Well, some things never change. Technology is the same. Nothing changes. Just use it the way we kind of abuse the technology that creates so many issues. I don't know, but I think as a conversation with him, I have many questions, and hopefully, from the conversation, his train thought process, we can reflect. Okay, and before and now and the future, right? So that will be because wisdom and the visionary, you always, can kind of look back and look forward.
Yeah.
Now you can reflect back and then what the people says is in the how truthful it is. Then if it's all correct, then you can reflect to the future. That would be really good. So I think if I have a chance, no, if I don't have a chance, if the Nikola Tesla would be the fun person, I would like to have a wine and to chat with. Yeah,
Wind Down Friday with Nikola Tesla. This
that's
would be.
right.
So, Victor, thank you. It has been a pleasure talking with you. I wish you a great weekend and talk soon. See you at APEC, probably. See you in one of the next Power Conference. Thank you, Victor.
Definitely, yeah. So if I don't speak to you, you have a wonderful holiday. I will see you in the near future.
Thank you. Thank you, Victor.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye bye.